Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
恭喜发
afternoon.
恭喜发财 to you, Dr. Go, and happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Okay, without further ado, can you start share your slide?
Okay, I'll share my side. Okay, very good afternoon to all of you. Before we start with today's topic on the reset and the detox, permit me to wish those who are celebrating the festive, Chinese New Year, the best of health after all those tasty, delicious festive food. That's why today's talk is more on how are we supposed to assist our body in the clearing those wastes or those junk from the festive food you are taking. We don't have to be guilty about what we have done, especially those food that we have taken. But what we need to really do is to clear them out from the body so that you will never have the chance to weaken the system or eventually make us sick. So today is also a very special occasion where certain people might be celebrating Valentine's Day. So to those who are really celebrating, a happy Valentine occasion. So this reset and toxic, is quite, a basic example of food and compound or chemical or waste that many times without our knowledge, but all these sort of compounds are already in our system. So if we don't share information out, a lot of people still don't understand how on earth the body gathered all these sort of toxins or even wastes to eventually make your body sick or even cancer. Once when a person got cancer, there are a lot of questions. They might even ask doctors, why on earth, how on earth, you see, this sort of disease happened to their system. And they take for granted every time the meal they take is healthy. To them, if I'm taking, the normal meal, it's good enough. But they don't even understand all those food made came from what? Are they natural? Are they raw? See? Or are they made with added preservatives or even chemicals or additives? So these are things that people never talk or discuss. They know only what sort of food I'm supposed to enjoy, but never go to the extent of understanding every one meal we are taking. For me, I do enjoy the festive food. I do love all this, delicious, tasty food. But each time I remind myself, after putting what my body don't want, because you enjoy, you must also know how to take them out. This is something everybody can learn. And you don't have to be guilty about, the wrongs that you have already done. You see or not? You must live healthily, happily, peacefully. Even those things that we have done wrong, we can help. We can assist. We can correct. We can, do something to, take some correct food by, clearing all those, the unwanted waste out to enable the body then to continue to function the way they want. See? So this is where, even environmental problem comes in. We are so exposed to all these, environmental waste. The air itself, with the free radicals, blowing every corner of the earth, no matter where you are, even the safest place, even your bedroom, we tend to, breathe in all these unwanted waste, unwanted chemical, unwanted compound. Together with, the food we enjoy, without, the knowledge of what they carry, are added, toxicants. Like to those who normally would want, a cup of beer after the food, or every time after a meal, they want to, to have a cigarette. And of course, this festive occasion, we enjoy a lot of this, deep fried type of, the meat, and also, the barbecue or whatever, roasted chickens, ducks. If you look into the content of what it carried, you'll be very, worried. But nobody ever go to the extent of seeing how these sort of food are made and preserved. It contains, a lot of salty compound, chemical waste, or even salt and sugar. So these are the toxins that we are loading the system without our knowledge, or we don't even go in to understand them, where eventually the load is too extensive. Maybe your liver, your kidneys, or even the blood cannot stand, is where inflammation to an extent of infection is where you are then sick. So these are normal food where they look so delicious, tasty, and we want to enjoy them, but never understand, how eventually to eliminate them or clear them out. Together with today's, lifestyle, there are so many factors that can affect our body when, toxins are concerned. Like poor sleep. You can't sleep well. You don't have enough sleep. Your body is not properly rested. How on earth then can your body has the immunity to protect and to defend? Together with today's stress, the amount of work, that you're asked to do, financial, the problem that people are facing, together with this pandemic, added stress, which, will weaken our system. And many people today, especially the youngs, we are not talking about the elderly, are not, the really moving the body when exercise is concerned. So if the body is out of activity, the body will say, if you don't use me, you are going to lose me. Certain part of the body might not coordinate. Muscles become, very, very tensed. Your nerve, become very, very, the stress. So after a while, when you start to move, is the time you start to feel that the body is not, the enabling you free movement, not, the independent to, move freely. What about, a lot of those ready, the made food, which looks nice, tasty, delicious, but it is not nourishing our body well enough. We are not taking the property of food, the nutrients it carries, which is supposed to feed ourselves. But in so long as people enjoy the food because of the taste, they are happy. These are all the factors modern people, young, men and ladies are facing. And because of wrong food, because of not properly nourished by what our body needs, your intestine cannot perform to the very best. And that leads to poor bowel movement. And if it prolongs few days to a week, you might think you are constipated, when actually your body is not constipated. Your body needs the correct combination of food to produce feces, so that the large intestine can conduct better peristaltic push, which all these sort of waste, non-digested food, unwanted properties are then turned to feces and be eliminated properly. So if you don't sleep well, stress, inactivity, undernourished, and you don't move your bowel properly, how can the body be healthy? What will be the status of your, the immune system? See? There are many things, not the food alone, isn't it? So when we keep adding waste into the body, which your body is not able to eliminate those unwanted compounds, all these waste or even the chemicals are being forced into the blood. And because of blood circulation, you will send all these bad waste, not nutrients, to wherever it circulates. And if it goes to the brain without proper nutrient, your nervous system becomes, underactive. And that's how you start to feel fatigue or tired, can't think properly, because the brain cells also need oxygen, clean blood. And then if you can send nutrients or minerals and vitamins to invigorate the brain cells, your cognitive function will be better. Everywhere you name in our body, including our thyroid, and how our lungs are supposed to function in exchanging the gas, gastrointestinal tissues, joint aches, rheumatoid arthritis, or even gout pain, muscle weakness, infertility, skin allergy, cardiovascular, eye, headache. All these are names of something going wrong, but not really a sickness, not really a disease, but the symptom depicting according to where you felt, indicates what they want. Too much of the waste that flood the blood, and when too much of this waste, flows along through circulation, all the cells in every organs are not able to receive what they want as nourishment for the purpose of, increasing the energy to function. So if a person complains about all these factors, it is not because you're sick, but the cells in the body say, Master, I need help. You need to feed me with the proper food that I need. And before doing so, don't you think so? We are supposed to help the body to clear the waste. Detoxification. One of which, of course, if you exercise and sweat, you serve the purpose. But after detox, of course, you also need to do something. Take some supplements carrying the necessary nutrients and minerals to, feed the cells, and then with all the needed, properties of minerals, vitamins, or even the active, nutrients, you will start to even be able to help the body to repair, to do some correction, to make, sure after the waste, that are already causing symptom of inflammation will, be cleared. You don't have to, you can't stop them, but you can clear them. You see or not? That's why I always mention, we are not sick in any sense, but our body, especially the cells, are sick of us in every sense. And this, every sense means, what they need, we don't eat accordingly. What they don't need are already in the blood. That is causing, a lot of problem in their respective, function. So if you look here, this chart talks about impact detoxification, where you can find this, toxicant, exposure, like increased inflammation, generation of free radicals, and enzymatic, the activity disrupted, damage to cells, the genetic, the materials, and increased tendency of diseases such as cancer, cardiovascular, or eventually dementia. So when a person reaches the stage of one day cancer or cardiovascular or dementia, they never go back, and understand, today when I have cancer, cardiovascular, and dementia are all because of my body, my organ are exposed to all these problems. Wastes that are loading the blood. You never go deep into understanding yourself, and you do nothing to clear them, where every day you keep adding was one of the reasons it end up, cancerous. The heart cannot stand. The brain cannot function properly. Overall, what was in the blood is where it accounted to how well our body cells everywhere in our body line, need. So if we continue to do what is wrong, and those wrongs already done, you never even go in understanding them by how to offer, to clear, to eliminate. How on earth can the cells in every organs in the body perfect the job? We cannot always, accuse them for not functioning, properly, where they cannot talk to you, but they have sense of feelings, in a sense, they don't function properly. They don't give us the ultimate, the performance. You don't have enough energy that is good enough to tell us something wrong. Systems, that are weak. Something you don't clear. How on earth can, the good food, the properties of nutrients then be sent, via the blood to the organs? So this is where, if we start to understand, a lot of times the air that we breathe is giving a lot of problem, a lot of wrong things we have been doing, wrong lifestyle, all these added factors contribute to toxic build up in the blood. And when the blood are fully loaded with all these properties, they cannot continue to, circulate properly. A lot of nutrients are not being able to send to the respective organs for their performance. So we need to really be able to understand each and every part of the body on how they're supposed to function. And before we take something to strengthen the system, we must also do something like cleaning, clearing, and eliminating the waste. So we have to do it in a natural way. And here we can use, certain products or supplements naturally can target, these three organs. Like when you talk about detoxification process, our liver, our intestines, and our kidneys, these are the three major organs. We call it eliminative organs that need support. Support from correct food, support from us, by taking nutrients that are able to clear them and build them, strengthen them, repair and correction. So if we know the three major eliminative organs in our body, like liver, intestines, and kidneys, in Cosway, we have these three products that are able to offer help, in assisting our liver, our intestines, and also, our kidney by, unloading the waste, by, the helping, to ease the elimination process. When certain things start to, the hold along the cavity, if this sort of waste are not cleared, minerals, or blood might not be properly sent to the organs for their function. So we need, an overall healthy circulation for, the liver, intestines, and the liver, so that via these three organs, when waste are cleared, nutrients are then being able to, being transported to every parts of the body. So we have here, if we talk about targeting liver, we have, HEPA, the forte. And when you're talking about intestines, we have, the Herbal Delight tea, and also Chia Seed. And when you talk about kidneys, well, we have a very good combination in Herbal Delight tea, which can help the kidney to really, clear or flush out the waste to support, the Bowman's capsule, the filtration process, and the glomerular cupping in the kidney. So these, the two filters, in the kidneys are very unique, and they need, to be clean so that, they can filter the waste out through the correct, the tubules, and not, allowing the waste to enter the wrong tubules. So this is where, we can use a natural way of detoxifying the systems via these three organs to make sure our blood stays clean. Our blood then only can allow oxygen to, to be oxygenated, and with increased oxygenation value in the blood, you will start to allow, the pathway of nutrients together, where, together they can send all these sort of waste, to all these sort of nutrients with oxygen, with enough oxygen, nutrients or minerals can then be properly sent to every organs for their need and function. So the solution number one, you've talked about targeting the liver. HEPA forte is a patented, and clinically proven ingredients with this, the branded name Silifos. And it was already, the proven 10 times higher bioavailability than other product. When you talk about, strengthening the liver, and also, assisting the liver to clear the waste, to support, the enzymatic function of our liver. And this synergistic, formula with added, dandelion, bupleurum combination of bitter orange, white peony, root, ginger, jujube, skullcap, and Schizandra, spinantera. The combination to help, in clearing the waste. Then after clearing the waste and eliminating the waste, you need certain food or supplement that is able to strengthen the tissues in, the whole cavity of our liver. So here we are not only talking about why this HEPA forte is good. Before we go to the product, we also must understand how it works on our body when, liver detoxification is concerned. We know our liver has, the few phases of job. Under phase one, you normally will convert the fat soluble toxins or non-water soluble compound to less harmful toxins. That is the phase one job done. So certain times when our liver are already clogged up with certain waste, how then can it, be able to do the phase 1 job? So if you don't take something to assist the liver in this respect, the liver forever will not do the job. Ended up, too much of the fats will clog the whole cavity. So on the phase 1, this HEPA forte, having the ingredient of the Salibene, will help to neutralize all harmful radicals. This is where it blocks the pathway. So if you clear the free radical, together with the phospholipid, choline, it can assist the liver, those damaged tissue, liver cells, to be able to repair. One is the Salibene that helps, to clear all the harmful free radicals. The second one is the phospholipid choline that can help to repair the damaged liver cells under phase 1. Then when you go to phase 2, is when the liver will help, is supposed to clear the toxin. Once, they can separate the good and the bad, our liver is able to eliminate the waste in its own way. And if too much of which was already clogging the cavity, we need something to break the pathway. So under this phase 2, HEPA forte come in to assist in neutralizing the toxin, so that this toxin can go, properly or naturally into, from the bowel, excreted into urine, or some, solid particles will end up in our stool. This is how we take HEPA forte under phase 2 to help to clear the waste out. Liquid matter into urine, solid matter into the stool. So under this category of phase 2 function, dandelion and bupleurum combination will help the liver to secrete bowel salt, and also promote better kidney function, elimination of waste, good bowel, so that the toxin will not stay too long in the body. This is how the body's eliminative process function. So waste must go through many ways, One, normally, liquid matters can go to even sweating, kidney. But the solid matter normally will go to the bowel. And to enable this activity to function the way the body requires in a natural way, they need help. They need, correct food. And if you can't find, or we can't find the food we are taking, the 3 meals every day, then we have to source from the supplement. Somebody, a scientist, or those who are good in, nutritional product, that can share with you certain knowledge on how and what sort of activity these sort of supplements can assist the body. So HEPA forte, you see, can help the detoxification process in the liver in a very natural way, without stress or even the side effect, and it enables the liver to function the same natural phase 1 and phase 2 activity. So this is where, if our liver continue to do this job in this way, our liver will function as long as you want. 50 years old, 60, 70, 80, it continue to even serve you the rest of your life, because you are taking some food that benefit them. You're taking something, that enable the cells of the liver to promote the job. So if you look at this beautiful flower of, the milk thistle, the branded name is Silifos, a very advanced, technology done to make sure that this supplement can be easily absorbed by the body, and is highly patented, clinically proven, a liver herb. That means, respectively and particularly important to assist the liver in the, detoxification process. So, milk thistle's potent active compound, Salimarine. One of which, overall, it's known as Salimarine. Under this Salimarine, it has 3 ingredients: Salibene, Salidine, and silicrystin. Outside, there are people selling milk thistle with Salimarine. That means all the 3 properties are there. Whereas we want to, sell a better milk thistle by, the most important ingredient which it carries, Salibene. We don't need, Salidine. We don't need silicrystin. That's why Salibene is the most biologically active Salimarine in milk thistle. Not, the rest. We don't need the rest. We only extract out the Salibene, which we want it, to offer the best, to the liver. Under clinical tests and research, we found out in this Salimarine, Salibene is the most active ingredient biologically, offering, help, assisting, our liver in clearing, excess waste and the unwanted compound, or even, bad waste or chemicals. So this brand, the Silifos, it's not just any milk thistle extract in the market. When we say standardized with Salibene, means, it is the most bioactive component of milk thistle. As I've said, among the 3 in Salimarine, Salidine, and silicrystin, Salibene is the only ingredient that is active enough to support the liver function. And we wanted to make it better. Researchers found out, that if we enhance with phytosome delivery, it will give, this product a higher bioavailability process to our body, especially, the liver. So, when you talk about liposome and the phytosome, lysosome here means water-soluble Salibene, ready, to work with the phosphotidylcholine, which eventually, enable this, the phosphotidylcholine Salibene complex to, act as a carrier to, help the body, especially the liver, for repair and replace liver cell membrane. This is a very important ingredient, phosphatidylcholine, which is a carrier we need, to bring to the place of injury or the cells that are already weak, that need repair or to replace. You need something like this to do the job. You cannot just take for granted, I take this product and the product will do the job. The product must carry some ingredient that can do the job. And this, when you talk about correction and repair in any cells, especially your liver here, need this phosphatidylcholine. Of course, phytosome is, to allow a better absorption of liver protective, Salibene into the liver cell membrane. With this, our liver cells will be able to, absorb the, the Salibene faster. So if what was needed are all absorbed into where the liver cells want, the liver cells will invigorate. And the whole, organs become refreshed. Once refreshed, our immunity then will start to increase. So that is how a good product works. How the good product can function. Without which, it is not, the function the way our body wants, the way the liver wants. So this milk thistle, the extract, patented and clinical tested for 10 times higher availability, then Salimarine from standard milk thistle extracts. They give you all the three in Salimarine. When we only want one out of the three, Salibene. Okay, no Salidane, no silicrystin. We only want the one that is important. That was why, this branded Silifos, is important, and gives us, the faith, and we have even the confidence to share with people on the good product that is needed by our liver to enable the person to live a happy, healthier, body. When liver, blood, heart is concerned. So this Silifos milk thistle again, is demonstrated by comparative pharmacokinetic studies. Silifos represents the most absorbable oral form of Salibene. You see or not? Most absorbable when you compare with, just, the other, the product of the milk thistle, which, has three, of the Salimarine in them. Only Salibene works. The other two are not, the highly absorbable. So if we, don't include the other two, but only extracting the Salibene, it will give us a better result, as demonstrated through the kinetic studies. All these are done through research, not just talk or not just, testimonials. So why? If we talk something good about, the product, we also want people to know why you need to choose Silifos milk thistle and not just milk thistle in the market. Because the Silifos, the milk thistle here, 10 times higher bioavailability than others, and most absorbable form of only Salibene is used. And through the phytosome delivery system, it will even, be many times better. Compared with the standard, the milk thistle, very poorly absorbed because of poor bioavailability. And if it is not absorbing properly, less effective. No. Then highly potent, standardized with up to 33% of Salibene, which is the most potent active of the Salimarine. The potency we are talking about, compared with, the standardized milk thistle and market with the Salimarine alone, giving all the other three, together is less potent. And the synergistic effect of Salibene and soy phospholipids complex to repair and replace damaged liver cells. A lot of people are already having, very weak, degenerated liver, and they still are not aware. Don't wait until your liver tomorrow break down. At any time, you don't even have to go for blood test to tell you, your body can tell you anytime. To those out there, if you are already feeling very fatigued, like, of course, when you move about, when you work, when you move about, you don't feel it. At any time or at any moment, you sit and you feel sleepy, your liver needs help. Your liver is already telling you, Master, I'm not, in good health. I need help. But you still don't understand. You take for granted. You don't sleep enough. Which, is wrong. Your liver is telling you, I don't have too much of the waste are loading my system. I don't have enough of the nutrients to spike me up, to, to energize me so that I can give you a better immunity. See? That's why it is not, necessary to just go for blood test to review. Every time, every moment, or anytime, any moment, when your body is very fatigued, lethargic, not because of late nights, it's proof enough to indicate your liver is asking for help. So that is the time you got enough, the time to do something or to take some supplements to strengthen, to clean, and to clear. Don't keep waiting until the fatigue, knocked it off. Tomorrow you walk out, out and you just, the collapse. See, our body will keep reporting to what's going on in us, but we don't understand them. Or you're stubborn, to want to understand them. In a sense, you don't see a doctor or visit some consultant who understand health. Talk to them on what you feel, and they can share information on how to upgrade your system. See? So this is where we need something to strengthen the system. And the synergistic effect of the Salibene and the soy phospholipid complex, is important ingredient where 1 second it helps to correct and repair our damaged liver cells, or even to understand certain part of cells are inflamed. So the synergistic effect is different from, the normal standard, the milk thistle. You don't feel, there is any synergistic effect there. That's why good product normally will come with patent, because they are investing certain fund to do the research. And after which, research are done and proven, you have to patent them so that people don't copy, because you pay the money, isn't it? Others, especially those standardized, the what you call the normal milk thistle, they don't need patent. Nobody's going to copy your product or your combination, because it is not what you expect. People will not talk about the product, and who want to copy your combination, unless a good combination everybody is talking about. And anytime when somebody try on the product and you start to feel something, is where people will want to understand your combination. So that's why if this need to be patent, the rest don't need to patent, is good enough to prove a lot of difference. There's a clinically proven the efficacy of Silifos, and then the general clinical studies of milk thistle extract, efficacy may vary. They don't even do a standardized research count or evaluation on the product. Whereas the Silifos, they want to maintain the patent, the product, they have to consistently maintain the need and the quality and also the quantity of the combination that was involved in the makeup of Hepa forte. So if you look at this solution 2, is again another product which is different from Hepa forte. Here, if you look at all these beautiful pictures, in the Herbal Delight tea, we have 10 types of combination, herbal combination. You got the senna, we got the peppermint, I got the chamomile, the consult, the tangerine peel, the green tea extract, the Garcinia Cambogia, the chrysanthemum, coriander seed, and the ginger. All the 10 combinations naturally can help the body to clean up the waste via the blood, liver, and especially the kidneys, where it is most the concentrated. So if you look at this, the solution 2 in answering the elimination process in our the body when blood is concerned. Number 1, the bowel movement. Yes, senna is a very powerful the eliminating the product. When you talk about bowel movement, it's very powerful to relieve even occasional constipation. And you don't have to be worried, even H2 and above can take them, because it is not a product by itself, it is a combination of 10 herbs. That's why people ask me on this product before, and I told them too. And the 2-year-old girl, after taking moves the bowel perfectly. That was, I think, 2 years ago. So I mean, this girl cannot move the bowel, and they are taking laxative from doctors also, it doesn't move. But after taking this, it moves. And the girl was only 2 years. So they asked me, I told them it's good. Anybody having the problem, you are supposed to take. If you don't have the problem, of course, the 2-year-old don't need this. If your bowel is perfect, isn't it? But once when you have the problem, your body is, in fact, expecting something you take to move the bowel, which we are not supposed to hold too long. Those unwanted waste. Then you talk about number 2, the tummy toner. Yes, peppermint chamomile. It soothes the tummy and eliminate all the embarrassing gas, so that it will not cause tummy distension, a lot of gas. If you don't move them out in a manner like once in the morning and once at night, it might move, or you might fart, suddenly in the office, which can be very embarrassed, especially if you have a meeting with the boss and suddenly you release the gas. How embarrassed you might feel, isn't it? So it's better take something that we can do it in our own way, our own time, and anytime when we are out working or meeting with friends, your body will never have this unnecessary embarrassing occasion. And number 3, the fat burner. Yeah, green tea and Garcinia Cambodia dramatically boost your metabolism, and you help to burn fat faster, including even the sugar. So if this the fat burner can assist us in this way, overall your body is going to bring down your weight, isn't it? So this is where a lot of people sometimes a long time they go, they are taking certain diet and the product, yet it doesn't work. But we have to do something better, in a sense, direct to the concern, correct things that really can amplify the job, rather than just buying someone they mention is good, but it doesn't work in everybody. So we got these 3 beautiful things. Number 1, the bowel mover. The 2nd, the tummy toner. And the 3rd, the fat burner. Now, the 4th, water buster. As you know, corn silk is a natural diuretic, which helps the kidney to keep the emanating excess urine out from the body, so you will never retain water. This is something important, where our body continually, after using the water we drink that turns to urine, it must be eliminated. You can't keep them, which will eventually lead to water retention. So we need something, okay, a water buster. Those already being utilized must be removed, and consult come in to solve the problem here. And number 5, the craving controller. Again, we have peppermint and chamomile to successfully help the body to suppress our unhealthy sense of wanting to eat. There are a lot of people, they sit down only doing something. They want to the mouth, not only the hands move to work, the mouth also want to continue to bite or chew something. So these are the craving, should stop if it is not healthy. So we need something to be able to come in at this point of time. Yeah? So peppermint, chamomile can really suppress our craving for food. Then number 6 is the de-stressor. Now this is what I find a lot of people are experiencing now because of the pandemic, or because of the financial problem you're facing during bad times. Yeah, a lot of people are facing financial problem. So these are all added factors. And then some, because of children also are not doing well in the studies, or nowadays I don't seem to see children having a healthy the occasion in their educational the need. During this pandemic, sometimes they don't even go to school. They are only having web lecture. So all this can be added stress to the family. So chamomile and chrysanthemum help to calm down, help to relax, help to the control emotion that might strike your nervous system. See? So if we can take something to come and relax, then the brain will not be opposed. So the mood then is more stable, and the brain, can allow us to sleep well. So we need something that is able to work along here. We don't need drug to control, but we need some food, some supplements, those capable enough to do certain job accordingly to the need of the body. Then your body will go, together with how we, the play and eat, to give us the overall function. So it is not difficult to be healthy. It is a matter of understand, what we are supposed to do to be healthy. So the next is the weight loss wonder. Yeah, there are many times, not only ladies want to slim down the body, even men today want to look, handsome, young, energetic. They also want, to really, bring down the weight. But a couple of times, out of 10 people, you can ask, I tell you, 10 people also cannot bring down the weight. Maybe, even on diet plan, weight increase. I tell you, there are people who spend lots of money, yet, they don't achieve what they want. And the weight keep on increasing. So this is something we need to really, understand by taking the correct type of food supplements that is capable to do the job. So the coriander, the tangerine peel, ginger root can assist in weight loss, promote better, healthy digestion, and keep on reducing the gas and the heartburn. Too much wind. So if you can help to ease this, your body will never have water retention and your weight will go down. There are many times you only have to release what we don't keep. If we keep on all those water, gas, and unwanted compound, your weight will start to increase. And your body energy will start to decrease. So we are supposed to do a different thing. Clear the waste, weight also go down, energy goes up. Because you don't keep waste, you are having, ever ready energy. So all this, the seventh, the solution can really help and offer those out there to really, be able to clear the waste that they are taking. The food, especially during the festive season, we know it's not good. This solution too can help the body to eventually kill them off. I mentioned earlier, yes, I've taken the bad food, but we don't have to be guilty of ourselves. We know what we are doing is wrong. We start to do the right now. After taking the wrong food, now I have to take the correct food to clear them. Is it or not? That's not much. The things that is difficult. Things like that is not difficult to do. It's easy. And we have solution tree, the chia seed. We call, when we talk whole chia seed means, it's overall organic. And the more wholesome it is, means it contains rich source of fibers, omega-3, protein, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. Yeah, a lot and very high. Grown in pristine areas in Latin America. No heating or harsh processing to preserve nutritional qualities of chia seeds. Free from herbicides, pesticides, and harmful chemicals because it's grown wild. Nobody go and spray all the herbicides or the pesticides. And because of that, the environment is so clean where no heavy metal contaminants are found. And it's non-GMO. That means it's, the naturally, its own. The genes, property are its own, that is intact, nothing disturbed, nothing trouble. Every, the scientific, aspect of what it carries are in the chia seed we want. And because of this, it keep maintaining the rich source of fibers, the omega-3, and the protein, high antioxidants we want for our body. Because of the high organic, content, certified by HACCP. And 2 times 6 times, more protein than the tofu we are taking. 16 times more omega-3 than salmon, which is already high. But this chia seed, 16 times more. 4 times more fiber than oats. You are buying Oat King. You claim, Oat King so good, so good. But here 4 times fiber than oats. 6 times more calcium than milk. And you are going crazy buying milk and drink for already more than 10 years. I don't think you gain anything. Yeah? The calcium content here is 6 times more than the milk. And nobody can make this chia seed. It's grown wild by itself. You can't make, Milk can be made by humans, not cows. And 6 times more iron than beef. This is where we need a natural iron, not man-made iron capsules or tablets. If we can take from food, which naturally gives us, the iron content, especially ladies, this is the food. You better go for it. And 18.1 times more magnesium than broccoli. Yes, a lot of people today, when they are sick, they found out eventually when they go for blood test, they found that their magnesium level is very low. Most of the sick patients low in magnesium. So if we can find organic food giving us high quality or content of magnesium, go for it. All the while we thought, broccoli is already good enough. But this, the chia seed, 18.1 times more magnesium than the good broccoli, you are taking most of the time. And for already a long time. And because of the high fiber, it can help us to easily clean, eliminate, flush all these unwanted waste and toxins out from the body. See? And every day, in fact, the recommended dietary fiber intake is around 20 to 30 grams per day. But how much fiber are you taking every day? When you talk about this sort of food, how much fiber are you then taking? This food, maybe chicken rice, whatever, is only 2 grams. And then the normal, noodles, soup, 1.6 grams. And then this, even the maybe mee goreng or rice, goreng, the nasi, 0.9. And again, here, this sort of food, 2.5 grams only. So just imagine 10 times less than what the body expects when fibers are concerned. And fibers are so important when bowel motion is concerned. That's why if you can't move the bowel, don't jump to the conclusion by taking for granted you are constipated. Your intestines, in fact, say, I don't have enough ingredient to process them into feces. So one of the needed ingredient to make bowels move perfectly, healthily, fibers. So that it can speed up bowel transit time, promotes healthy gut flora, in a sense, build a good foundation to culture the good bacteria, be it lactobacillus, thermophilus, bifidus, Cosway. These are the 4 strains which are important in our large intestine to perform a clean, healthy bowel process. So that, you will not allow bad bacteria to then stay too long to produce, gas. And it binds to toxins, within the intestine for elimination in the stool. You see? That is how our large intestine look for. And if we don't have enough of the fiber, at least 15 grams to perform the job. If you can't take until 20 to 30, you need 15. But a lot of people are taking less than even 10. Or some not even 5 grams per day. When fibers are concerned. So don't jump to the conclusion by saying you are constipated. In fact, you are not. Your intestine is saying, I need more correct ingredient so that I can function, the way you expect. So don't always see doctor and say, I'm constipated because I don't move bowel. And doctor will eventually give you, laxatives. And solution number 4, unhealthy eating habits, can impede optimal detoxification process. That means a lot of food today we took are not this whole food nutrition. We are taking a lot of junk. We are taking a lot of fast food. Fast food means, well, it's tasty, delicious. You enjoy the meal, but intestines don't enjoy the function. They don't have the needed ingredients, to keep on going. So if we can share information with people on the correct type of food, when the nutrition is concerned, and when it's whole food, why not? You see, it's a supreme blend of raw, living, whole foods containing more than 50 fruits, vegetables, whole grains, mushrooms, and sea plants added. These are the resources needed by the body after digestion, metabolism, turn to every nutrients and vitamins where our cells are waiting for further body functions. So this whole food nutrition are rich in essential vitamins, minerals, the real fatty acids, which are essential, the fatty acids, enzymes, because they are still raw and natural, not the vegetables you overcook, no more enzyme. This is very high, natural enzyme, antioxidants, phytonutrients, protein, and carbohydrates. That's why some people might ask, why so many type of, combination? It's because we need to gather here and there on the raw properties, to come up with the vitamins we need, the enzymes we need, the antioxidants we need, the protein we need, and the good carbohydrates. Not the mee, bihun, kway teow, and the rice are taking. Those carbos are from flour, which are, bad, and which are always, against our pancreatic, function. So we are supposed to look for a better carbohydrate. And freeze-dry technology to ensure the maximum nutritional properties, of all these raw foods, it still can contain. See, if you don't do the freeze fry or some, if you do it the heat processed way, then all the nutrients are damaged. The one thing that is damaged is the enzyme. Once when enzymes are gone, all the properties are gone. The enzymes are the foremost important in plant-based food, even the vegetables. You see, so those, the strict vegetarians, always, remember when you cook your veggies, make sure half cooked is good enough. To overcook, no more nutrients. Enzymes are already gone. So you're taking junk. You're not taking vegetables. See? So this is when we really can tell you, what, whole food nutritions are. A combination of 50 more of the fruits, vegetables added, to give us all the necessary things our body expected of. So one sachet, is 145 calorie, of, and then 6 grams protein, 4.5 grams fiber, and together the chia seed, 106 calories, 3.2 gram protein, 6.2 grams fiber, added together 251 the calories, 9.2 grams protein, and 10.7 grams of fiber. See? I say about 10.5, 10.7 is good enough. 15 is perfect. So if you take these two, you already got 10.7 together with certain vegetables and fruits, or even the you're taking, you will reach 15 grams anytime. So this is how we want people to know the needed value of the food, the real food that you take, where our body benefit. Your money is never wasted. Don't ever take for granted what you spend your body will not gain. So when we share with you this information, these are what our body wants. So the real food now you take, internally it enable, all the benefits you want. So the money you spend will not go to waste. Yeah. So this is, something we need to really know, and we need to go, in understanding more, so that, after this festive season, you are already, taking or loading this waste. Now you understand how to take them out. You are not doing anything, bad to the system. If you know just how to load, but you don't know how to clear, then you are doing something bad for the body. So, I'm very happy, today we can share with you this, reset and detox, to really help you feel healthy. That's why a healthy outside starts from the inside. A healthy colon, makes a healthy, body. If not, at any time when the colon become, the infectious is the time disease, will start to spring onto the system. That's why always remember, even Dr. Bernard Jensen did mention, death starts from the colon. So we cannot afford things to get stuck, clogged, or too long. If it stays, all this waste that is not wanted, yet stay too long in the large intestine. So start your healthy detox today. Don't wait. The faster you do it, the earlier you do it, the better your body start to experience good health, and to continue the next, decade, a healthy body. So I hope, you are, learning something today. So I'll pass back to Mr. Ricky.
Thank you, Dr. Go.
You're welcome.
So I hope everyone follow and understand the importance of detoxification. And for those who want to join us in Mandarin, please register, and we will have a Mandarin session tomorrow, same time.
Yes.
Until then, thank you, Dr. Go.
Welcome.
And again, happy Valentine's Day to you, romantic one.
Same to everybody. Yeah.
Same to everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.